dear students. I am your iOS English teacher for class 10. Today is day 3 of week 7, and first of all let us share today's topic. First topic we are going to do conjunction, that is the continuation of parts of speech. Then we are going to do a chapter village fair from your textbook on page number 38. And today we are also going to do essay writing. This is the first part of your composition portion. So let's get started, dear students. Conjunction is a part of speech that joins words, ideas, phrases, or clauses together and shows how they are connected. Means when we use a conjunction to join two parts of a sentence, the relation between the two parts is shown with the conjunction. Some examples of conjunctions are and, or, but, because, until, if. The list of conjunctions is very long. Here I am giving you just some examples. Now some example sentences. I was listening to music. I was cooking. Here these two sentences are without conjunction. Now with using conjunction, the sentence becomes so. I was listening to music while I was cooking. That means the two actions are joined by a conjunction while. Next sentence, he had some fruits in his basket. He had some vegetables in his basket. That means these are two different sentences, but they have the same message. So to join these two sentences, we have used here, he had some fruits and vegetables in his basket. You can have peach ice cream. You can have strawberry sundae. These are two different sentences. Here you can join them using or. You can have peach ice cream or a strawberry sundae. In this way, the message is compiled together. My dad always worked hard. We could afford the things we wanted. While after joining the conjunction, the sentence becomes in this way. My dad always worked hard so we could afford the things we wanted. So dear student, this was all about conjunction. And let's move towards our next topic, a village fair. Now you have to open your textbooks to page number 38 of your English textbook. This is the content of your textbook, and this I'm going to explain you through this flowchart. In this chapter, we are going to visit a village fair. Why I'm saying this, that we are going to visit a village fair? The reason of saying this is that the third person narrative is used in this lesson. Now, third person narrative is a way of letting the reader make a picture of what he or she is reading. And there are two characters in this chapter, Bilal and Zubair. Now the chapter starts in this way. It was the duration of summer vacation and Bilal was tired of the city life. So he decided to visit his cousin Zubair in his village. When Bilal reached the village and got down from the bus, he saw that the village was decorated with colorful flags and buntings. Buntings means small flags, colorful flags made of cloth. They are not made of any paper, they are made of cloth, and they flutter in the air and they look very beautiful. They are very beautiful for, they are very convenient for decoration. Then Bilal's cousin Zubair welcomed him very happily. When Bilal got down from the bus, his cousin Zubair was waiting to welcome him. And when he saw Bilal, he welcomed him with open arms. In your textbook, it is written, Zubair welcomed Bilal with open arms. Open arms means very happily, wholeheartedly. And then he told that it was the best time to visit the village and told him about the village fair. So what is written on the in the first two paragraphs, that during the summer vacation, Bilal was very tired and bored of the city life, so he decided to visit his cousin Zubair in his village. And when he reached the village and got down from the bus, he saw that the village was decorated. The village was looking very colorful. And then Zubair told him that you came on a very good time. This is the very right time to visit the village because the annual village fair was in a full swing. Now then the boys decided to visit the fair by whatever thing comes first in their way. Means whatever thing was there, they decided to start from there. Then Bilal saw that the fair was in the open ground outside the village. It was crowded with people and everyone was in a holiday mood. Means everyone was very happy or everyone was feeling very relaxed and they all were in the mood of enjoying the village fair. All the children in the village fair gathered around swings and merry-go-rounds. Swings, they swing on the swings, and merry-go-rounds are swings which move in a circular motion and which have animal shapes like horses, zebras, camel, elephants. As they are used as seats, and the children sit on those seats. And when the swing moves in a circular motion, the children enjoy a lot. Then the boys saw there was a huge crowd around the drum beating competition. There was a competition going on in which there were eight drummers. There were eight drummers who were beating the drums as hard as they could to win the competition. Means the more harder who would beat the drum, he would be the winner. So there were eight drummers, and the sound of the drums was deafening. Means it was very much uh, hard for the ears. Then Bilal noticed that there were many shops in the village, and he was amazed that he had never seen such many shops in the village. So on that, Zubair explained that these were temporary shops. There were a lot of temporary shops in the village fair, and all kinds of goods were sold there. Goods means things, from handkerchief to farming tools. Handkerchief means scarf or towels which you use to wipe your face. There were handkerchief to farming tools, means smallest to largest items were there in the village farm for sale. In those shops, girls were buying rings and bangles and things of their interest. Women were buying household items and toys for their children, and men were buying farming tools. In short, this village fair was a very good platform for the villagers because they did not have to go to the cities to buy all these things. This was a very good opportunity for the villagers to purchase all their things from the village fair. Now we are moving to page number 39. On page number 39, the village fair was in a full swing. First of all, there were restaurants. Restaurants were playing popular music and delicious food was being sold there. Everyone was enjoying the popular music which was played in the restaurants. Then there was a huge crowd, and there were three fierce dogs, and a bear was tied to a pole for a fight. Means the dogs were attacking the bear, and the bear was defending itself. But Bilal did not like that game. Why? Because he thought that it was a cruel game. Cruel means it was not a nice game. A innocent animal like a bear was getting attacked by the dogs just for the sake of entertainment of people. So Bilal did not like that game, and the boys moved away from there. Then they saw a monkey man was playing a tambourine. Tambourine is a instrument which the monkey man uses to attract the people. He makes the sound from the tambourine. It is a small wooden drum which has metal strings with which make the sounds. And his monkey was imitating tricks of an angry husband and a proud man. Means monkey was entertaining the people by his tricks of an angry husband and a proud man, and the boys enjoyed every bit of that show. Every bit means the boys enjoyed every trick the monkey showed in that show. Then the boys move towards the conjurers and jugglers. Conjurers means people who show magic. So there was also a magic show, there was a juggling show, and there was a acrobat there. Conjurers are people who is a person who shows magic tricks. Juggler is a person who plays tricks with things, with objects in his hands. And acrobats are is a person who shows tricks with of body balancing. So these things were of very great enjoyment for the children. The conjurer tore Bilal's handkerchief. Conjurer took Bilal's handkerchief from him and he tore it into pieces. And it was a magic. He did a magic that he returned it in one piece. He tore it and returned it as it was not torn. It was in a single piece. Then the juggler was juggling with 7 balls at a time. He was showing his tricks by juggling with 7 balls at a time, and he did not drop a single ball. So all were enjoying his trick. And then the boys got attracted by a loud clapping. When the boys heard that loud clapping, they were attracted and they went there. And when they went there, they saw that an acrobat was performing trick by walking on a tight rope without falling down, and it was quite a dangerous trick. If the acrobat would fall down, he would suffer great injuries, but he was doing it with great trick and great balance, and everyone was enjoying that trick. Then we are moving towards, sorry, then the last thing on page number 39 was that announcement. The boys heard some announcement was going there, and that announcement was of the horse race. This is a very popular sport in a village fair. Horse races, dog races, these are very popular. People enjoy it a lot. And for that horse race, beautiful horses were walking and dancing on music. And the horse race started. People got extremely happy, and when their favorite horse won the horse race, they started cheering the winners. They started cheering the horse which was their favorite and which won the horse race. Then page number 30. There was also a most popular game, tent pegging. Tent pegging was also a very popular sport in the village fair. The riders were on their horses with their lances in their hands. You can see the lances are the red sticks which are in the hands of the riders, and you can see in the ground there is something that is called a wooden peg. Wooden peg. What happens in the horse race? The riders have lances in their hands, and on the gallop of the horses, they have to take out the wooden pegs fixed in the ground with the help of their lances. And these wooden pegs are used to mark the score of the riders. As much as they take out the wooden pegs from the ground in more quantities, that rider is the winner. That rider becomes the winner of the tent pegging competition. And when the winner rider won the tent pegging competition, he rode on the horse proudly in the ground, and he raised his lances high in the air. And then it is written that about dog and rabbit race. In this race, the dogs chased a rabbit, and when the rabbit reached the mark, it vanished, and the dogs waited anxiously for the rabbit. Anxiously means very excitedly that they can get hold of the rabbit, that they can catch the rabbit, but the rabbit vanished. It disappeared in the bush, in the shrubs and of the ground. So this was about the village fair. And there were many more things in the village fair, but the boys were so tired after enjoying so many things that they did not see anything more, and they returned back towards their home. So, dear students, I hope you all have understood the chapter, and you all have understood what is third person narrative. Third person narrative is when a speaker writes as a third person with of somebody else, giving the reference of somebody else. Here the narrator, the writer, the author has used Bilal and Zubair as his characters, and he is writing as if he has enjoyed the village fair with the characters of this lesson. So yes, students, let's move towards the words meanings of this chapter. There are 12 word meanings. I hope you all have taken the screenshots. Kindly take a screenshot of this slide of words meanings. Now these are the textual questions of village fair. I hope you all have taken the screenshot. Now the next topic is composition. In your composition portion, there will be two topics, essay writing and letter writing. Today we are going to focus essay writing, and in the future we will do the letter writing. Today's topic is essay writing. What is an essay? Question arises in everyone's mind. What is an essay? Why do we write an essay? So the answer is, in the most simple terms, an essay is a short piece of writing which is set around a specific topic. Set around means which revolves around a specific topic. The piece of writing will give information surrounding the topic and will also display the opinions and thoughts of the author or the writer. Means after reading the essay, the reader gets an idea of what the writer wants to say related to the topic. An essay is also used in education as a way of encouraging students to develop their writing skills. So, dear students, this is a tool to check your writing skills, to enhance your writing skills. So, you must not be reluctant, you must not feel hesitant in writing essays. It is a very good platform to develop your writing skills. There are four main types of essays. Narrative essays tells a story. Descriptive essay puts a picture in your head. Expository essay explains something. And persuasive essay wants the audience to agree. Now in detail, narrative essays are written in the first person narrative. Third person narrative may also be used. Third person narrative is the type which was used in today's chapter, Village Fair. And in the first person narrative, words like I, we, us is used. So, in the first person narrative, the writer writes himself as the main character of the essay. A writer tries to involve and engage the reader in the story as much as possible. Now, the next is, in descriptive essays, a writer describes a place, a person, an object, or any event from a memory. The writer creates a picture through his or her words. In this type of essay, something is described in this descriptive essay. Expository essays require knowledge and information about the topic. This type of essay also require facts and figures, references and quotations, etc. to support the argument or the idea. That means for writing this type of essay, you must have the accurate knowledge of the topic, about the topic. Persuasive essays are completely based on arguments. The primary or the main goal is to make the reader agree with the argument raised by the writer. So let's move forward. Normally students get confused and they are worried, how can we write an essay on an unseen topic? So can I get an help? Yes, this is the question of almost many students. So yes, you can get help while writing an essay by the further slides. As you all know that there are three parts of an essay: introductory part, main part of the body, and the conclusion. So the introduction has introduction paragraphs. Supporting paragraphs are the main body of the essay, means which support the topic, which has the all the related details of the topic, and the summary paragraph is the conclusion of the essay. Now I'll explain you the parts of an essay in some detail. For the introduction of the essay, you must capture your reader's interest with a hook. For this hook, you can use any type of proverb related to the topic, any famous quotation of any personality, famous personality, and you can also write some references or any verse from any poem. You can take some verses from a poem, and to start your essay, to introduce your topic, you can use this. And you can move with transition. Transition means by changing, by using these words, you can move towards the middle paragraph, that is the main body of the essay. So you can use this vocabulary since, so, for that reason, then move towards the introduction, from the introduction to the main body of the essay, and these are called the supporting, which has all the supporting ideas which support the essay. These points are also called supporting ideas because these points will support your writing, your thoughts, your whatever points you have in your mind. So while writing the main body of the essay, you must give evidences, you must give examples, you must give uh, references from magazines, from books, from newspapers related to the topic. Your evidences and your material should be very much relevant to the topic, not going against the topic. So you may have so many ideas that you may create 2 to 3 paragraphs, or the ideal length of an essay is 3 paragraphs, minimum three paragraphs, but you can extend it to 4 paragraphs. Here it is written, after the supporting idea 3, if needed, more supporting ideas and evidence with transition to therefore, finally, or in conclusion. So this in conclusion shows that now you are going to end your topic. So in the concluding paragraph, concluding means ending paragraph, you will summarize your ideas and evidence. What are the most important points you want the reader to remember? You will summarize the most important points related to the topic to get the attention of your reader that yes, these are the important points of the essay, and yes, your supporting ideas were very much true. So this is the method of writing an essay. You must explore your thoughts, you must explore your knowledge about the topic, and you must first write it in the rough, and then you must compile it by splitting them into introduction, the main ideas, and then the concluding points of the topic. So dear students, role of electronic media in education is the topic number 1 of your syllabus. So today I have prepared some slides for you. These are split into many slides. This topic has been split into many slides. You don't need to take a screenshot. You can for this you can follow the recorded video when it is uploaded. So have a look of the slide and you can take an idea by the headings of the slides. Then you can use this pattern while writing your other essays. So this is just an exemplary essay which I have made for you. You can use this pattern. You can see how link by link, bit by bit, the ideas are relating to the topic, and the writer is moving forward towards other points. Role of media through books, through magazines, through films, through newspapers. Role of television in educational process, then role of mobile devices in educational process, then the latest trend which is going on is online learning. How is online learning transferring into the most essential way of imparting education? Then role of radio. There are also radio shows, talk shows on radios on which help in educational process. Then the role of print media in education. Print media like newspapers, journals, magazines are the oldest channels of communication. So these are the thoughts of the writer which he has split it and then he has compiled it into points to make an essay, an attractive essay. Then comes the conclusion part. The conclusion part in which the writer has summarized all the important points, the main points of his essay which he wants to highlight from the essay. He has explained this in concluding part of his essay. Your conclusion must be very attractive and it must compile all the points. It must have the summary of your whole essay. So this is the way of writing an essay. You can go through these slides. You can get idea from these slides to write your other essays. Now moving forward to the next slide. In the next slide, you are going to see topic number 2 of your syllabus, that is Peaceful Karachi. And I have compiled an essay for you all. You can take a screenshot of this. This is a short essay which has all the areas which were in the slides. It has an introduction part, it has the main body, and it has the conclusion. In conclusion, you can also give your opinions. Now let's move towards the next slide. Everyone dreams to have a calm and peaceful life in Karachi. Here, people from different cultures, communities, and parties are living, and their interests are also different, which often contradict to those of the others. This gives rise to quarrels which increase in enmity and rivalry. So this part can be is the introduction of the topic Peaceful Karachi. How will we get peace? First, you will highlight what are the points which create disturbance in Karachi, and then you move towards the main body of the topic, main body of the essay with the development of the essay and development of your thoughts. A peaceful Karachi is possible when people get united for a common cause of the nation, that is prosperity and development. The traffic hazards in Karachi are also a hindrance in making the city peaceful. Hindrance means something that is a kind of a blockage, that is a kind of interruption. Hindrance means interruption. So, traffic hazards are the basic interruptions in making the city peaceful. This is a daily encounter of each and every citizen of Karachi. Daily, we encounter this traffic hazard. In every field of work and business, people are selfish and do not care about each other. And people have become selfish and they do not care about each other. And this is the basic thing that has caused uh, disturbance in among the citizens, and they do not consider each other's feelings and they do not regard each other's facilities. People think of their own gain at the cost of harm to others. People never bother that if we do such thing, this will cause harm to the others. They just think of their own benefit. They just think of their own gain. Water shortage and power failures also ignite people to protest against the authorities. Now, people get ignited by the daily problems of water shortage and power failures. This also causes disturbance and this also harms the peace of our city. The need is that every person must be sincere towards his work and towards the country and also should not damage public property. The need is that means the need to the first step, the beginning step, the initial step towards bringing peace in our city is that every person must be sincere towards his work and towards the country. Everyone must be honest towards the country and everyone must work in the benefit of the country, and people should also not damage public property because this public property is also built with our own taxes, with the citizens taxes. So we must take care of a city so that we can make a peaceful city. A peaceful Karachi is possible when all the institutions and people of different sectors of life and business remain peaceful and tolerant of others. So, dear students, to make a peaceful city and to make our Karachi peaceful, all the institutions which are involved in the governing of the city and which are involved in the development of the city and people of all the sectors of life and business must remain peaceful and tolerant of others. So, dear students, the concluding part is the city of lights is in grave darkness. So, this sentence is of the most significance. This is the most important sentence of the essay, and so the writer has used this in the concluding part. We can bring back its spark. This is the suggestion which you have to use in the conclusion. We can bring back its spark and peace and its tranquility back by being united, tolerant, and honest towards Karachi. We hope that a good time will come when this will be true, that we live in a peaceful Karachi. Now there's a home task for you. A village fair, you have to complete the word meanings, textual questions in your English fair copy. And for essay writing, you have to go through the slides of role of media in education and peaceful Karachi thoroughly. Understand them thoroughly, go deeply, study them deeply, and follow all the steps of essay writing. And then you have to compile an essay on the below given topics: load shedding of Pakistan and importance of leisure time. That means you have to follow the slides of role of media in education and all the steps with according to your previous knowledge, and then you have to compile these two essays in your English fair copy. So, dear students, I hope you all have understood today's topics, and letter writing we will do in inshallah in some other classes. So, be safe, take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.